Thanks for joining me today, where we're going to check out the most expensive homes in San Juan Capistrano. And it's not going to be what you think. We just pulled off of a main thoroughfare in San Juan Capistrano called Del Obispo, and we're going to make a left here on Calle Espero, and we're just going to kind of gradually go up this little hill. What's cool, what I think is cool in any case, is the homes, as you kind of make your way up to the street that we're going to end up on, these are all $1 to $2 million, in some cases maybe $2.5 million single family homes in a quiet residential neighborhood. And I really like how these properties lay out. A lot of them have 3-car garages, RV parking. It's very quiet up here. It has kind of a ranch-esque type of feel, cul-de-sacs. And as we're kind of climbing up Calle Espero, the street, it's gonna tee into the street with the most expensive homes in San Juan Capistrano, and that's Peppertree Bend. It's not gated. It is just basically one long city block of magnificent properties, ranging in price from $5 million up to $25 million. There's one on the market right now for $25 million. And these are sprawling custom estates with acreage. And right now, it's an old Windsor. Right now, we're only 3 miles from Dana Point Harbor. So as you can imagine, that is why the pricing is the way that it is. But as we just kind of cruise along here, just really like awesome property. I tour these homes, not all the time, but I've been through several, tours over my career, and it's like when you're showing these types of properties, you're just, wow. It's really inspiring, to say the least. The property that's currently on the market for almost $10 million is just down here at the end of the street, right behind these gates. This property here is also for sale at the top of the hill. So very, very cool properties, and this is the most expensive part of San Juan Capistrano, where the average home in here is going to be just around $8 million. So let's speed up and go to the other side of the street so you can see where the $25 million house is. So now we're on the other side of Peppertree Bend, and there's actually, it'd be hard to see in this camera, but there are ocean views up here. Views of the Dana Point and San Clemente Hills, and then also views of the San Juan Capistrano Mission. There are still a few development lots left along this street, but only a handful are left. Most of this street has been developed with these estates. And as we're approaching here the end of Peppertree Bend, you'll be able to get a glimpse of the land that the $25 million property is on. It actually is on a different street, but you can see it from the end of the cul-de-sac. Another nice thing about San Juan Capistrano is it is in an equestrian zoned city. There's lots of property with equestrian zoning. So you can get stables, and facilities for the horses. And then there are several different horse trails that meander through this area and other parts of San Juan. So just down here, we're on the backside. Just down here in through the trees is the land that the $25 million house sits on. And that property is currently on the market. It's 13,000 square feet, 10 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms. It's pretty impressive, to say the least. I would call it a compound. That's probably a better word for it than an estate. So that pretty much wraps up where you can find the most expensive property in San Juan Capistrano. Very, very cool spot. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next tour.